Hey everybody, welcome to the Week 8 edition of Bryce's Bi-Week Buys. If you watched last week for the first iteration of this, what I'm going to do is go over all the teams that are on bye week and then go position by position to tell you some good matchups with guys on the waiver wire. Just so everybody knows, every guy that I'm going to detail is owned in under 50% of ESPN leagues. So these guys are going to be largely open on the waiver wire for most of you out there listening. There are some guys that are owned in over 50% that also have good matchups this week, Josh Allen, but those won't be a part of the segment. So all we're going to start is go over the two teams that are on bye this week, and that's Dallas and Baltimore. So it's only two, last week was four, but a ton of firepower on these teams. Two of the top 8 or so quarterbacks in the league, for fantasy anyway, Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott. Two starting caliber running backs in Ezekiel Elliott and Mark Ingram. Huge receivers like Amari Cooper, and solid tight ends like Mark Andrews. So there's going to be holes everywhere around lineups. So please tune in. Let me know what you think about these guys after the fact too. We'll go position by position, and I'll tell you who's got a good matchup this week. So we'll start with the quarterback position. I'm actually going to double dip here with two different guys. First is going to be Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins lit up the last 2 weeks. Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen both voiced their concerns with the Vikings passing offense, and they've reaped the benefits of that. Adam Thielen, of course, got hurt with the hamstring, probably won't play on Thursday against the Redskins, but it's still Washington. It's not going to matter. Kirk Cousins is only owned in 39% of leagues, started in significantly fewer than those. Even on a short week without his number one receiver, he's still a good play. But a better play is going to be Teddy Bridgewater. Now, he's second only because Drew Brees is set to come back this week. He's practicing, and he wants to make it a goal. However, the Saints have a bye week 9, and they're probably going to beat the Cardinals with or without Drew Brees. Sean Payton probably doesn't want to rush him back, so this is a situation that you're going to want to monitor. And if Drew Brees does not play, they rule him out, they rule him doubtful, then you're going to want to start Teddy Bridgewater against the Arizona Cardinals. He's only owned in 21.5% of leagues. Now moving to the running back position. So very rarely do we get a guy on the waiver wire that is going to be a league winner, or has that potential to be a league winner. And that's what we look for in these bye week buys. Guys that not only will help you fill now, but fill for the future. And that's going to be Ty Johnson. So if you didn't hear, in Detroit, Kerryon Johnson went down with a knee injury, and now it just came out breaking news, Kerryon Johnson is headed to the IR. So Ty Johnson got the majority of carries after Kerryon Johnson went down, and he's going to be the starting guy out in Detroit. They play the Giants this week, an unbelievable matchup, terrible run defense, terrible defense overall. But the Lions' schedule doesn't get too difficult from then on. They've already passed their bye week. They had a bye week in week 5. So Detroit and Ty Johnson, he's going to be able to play in your lineup from here on. If Kerryon Johnson was a starter, Ty Johnson will be for the foreseeable future too. Please go get him. He's only rostered in 1.6% of leagues. He is everywhere. Go scoop up Ty Johnson. Now we move to wide receivers, and once again, like Ty Johnson, we're going to get an injury replacement. Death, taxes, Will Fuller getting hurt. The only 3 certainties that we know. Will Fuller went down with a hamstring injury last week, and who reaped the benefits? Kenny Stills. It wasn't Kiki QT. So if we're looking at a dynamic passing offense led by Deshaun Watson, I'm going to want their second receiver, and that's Kenny Stills. They have a favorable matchup this week against Oakland, so the Houston receiving core, particularly Kenny Stills, is going to be a good plug-and-play this week. If you want some guy to stash a little bit more, I would look into Deontay Johnson for the Steelers. They have a good matchup against the Miami Dolphins, and underrated, a little get-back for them. Mason Rudolph is going to start this week, and Deontay Johnson played very well when Rudolph was under center. But if you're going to prioritize one over the other, go Kenny Stills. Opportunity, better offense, and a great matchup against the Raiders, who just traded away their number 2 corner, Garyon Conley. Lastly, we move to tight end. What's tough here is that a lot of the streaming options are owned in over 50% of leagues. If either Gerald Everett or Jimmy Graham is available, go get them. They both had big weeks last week. Gerald Everett has Cincinnati this week, and Jimmy Graham has Kansas City. Great matchups. Aaron Rodgers looks great. Go out and get those guys if they're there. But to support the masses here, we're going to go with someone a little more niche, and that's going to be in Buffalo, Dawson Knox. Now, you might not have heard of him, but he's quickly becoming a fan favorite in Buffalo and a fan favorite of Josh Allen. They have the very good matchup against Philadelphia with a brutal secondary. John Brown is going to be a good play too. Really, this whole receiving core and tight end core is going to be good. But if you're looking for an above-average streaming option for this week, Dawson Knox is going to be your guy. I played him last week, playing him again this week. And if you're looking to replace Mark Andrews, play Dawson Knox. he could have a big week against Philadelphia, getting the ball from Josh Allen. So that's it. Thank you for listening to the Week 8 edition of Bryce's Bye-Week Buys. I hope that these four guys plus, are going to help you out. And if you have any questions, please feel free to give me a shout and let me know what you think after the week is over.